Hey guys, guess who's fixed his GPU and is back in the business? It's me, that's right. And I've got a little text document here telling us the map orders, that's nice. Of course, replays from Descara are always very clean, I like that. Hold up now. In-game he has a capital D, but out-of-game he always has a lowercase. How am I just noticing this now? Anyway, map 1 is going to be the Boneyard. This is Descara's pick. Map 2, by BlueBoo, competing here in Groupstage B, by the way, as the Conf, is going to be picking map 2 as Firebase Krill. So Blue, of course, I always say this, but it's worth saying again, he's definitely got his work cut out for him here against Descara, but we'll see what he can do. I hope that when players are up against the best, they don't see it as like, oh no, here we go again, but rather it's kind of, you know, an opportunity to learn something, but also try something new and see if they can get anything out of it. Descara, of course, playing as the Galzing. He tends to do this when he's feeling confident, I know that. So he's probably feeling pretty good about this one. I would be too if I were him. We'll just have to see how it plays out. The Boneyard. Definitely, I think, Descara's favorite map. I'd have to say. I mean, I don't know for sure, but he always seems to pick it. Definitely a map that we consider to be pretty even, huh? Don't think anyone really says either faction's got, you know, much of an advantage on this map. Sandskim Armor comes out for Blue. He always does this. I'm not sure exactly what he's going for when he does, but oh, I was about to say, like, does he have Sandskim tech? Well, I mean, seeing as he's teching armor, probably. Yeah, no, he always goes for these early game Sandskimmers here. Now, this may actually play to his advantage right now, because we do have Sandskimmers coming out from Descara, so if you get into an early game scuffle in the middle of the map and you have armor and your opponent doesn't, you know, you're feeling good about that, right? He is actually behind on production, though. Sorry to have notifications going off. I'm just gonna be like, oh, did I get a notification? But they didn't. I'm that guy, I know. It's 2 PC from Descara, actually. Production cruisers costing RUs now, by the way. That's something important to note. A little bit of a change from vanilla. Makes the build a little more tricky to pull off. It's gonna go for Soul Chips, which cost less CUs, making the build a little easier to pull off, so... okay, so it's gonna be 2 PC Assault Chip here from Descara, with a couple of Sandskimmers leading the charge. That's a little, no, that's pretty normal. That's pretty normal. It'd be weird to see the Sandskimmers before a second production cruiser enters the queue. But yeah, getting the Sandskimmers before Assault Chip means it's going to be fairly late. Not going to have any blisteringly fast timings on his Assault Chip tech here, but Blue needs to recognize it, and he needs to find a counter. Okay, so he's seen one of them. I don't know if he saw both there. Descara really doesn't want him to see it, but he does. So he sees both the production cruisers right there. So he knows, okay, it's a 2 PC play now. I think you got to find your opponent's carrier and see what tech he's going for, but I never do that myself. So I can't judge, you know. Descara, by the way, with the production edge here, Deda is asking me if I getched my vase, if I broke my prawns. No, I said I wasn't gonna play any more DOK because I could feel my brain oozing out of my ears. I played a lot today, and so he's like, "Oh, and you're back at it, huh?" But no, I'm casting, man. That's a different thing right there. Now, Blue actually taking a really good fight here, I'd like to point out. I said Descara has the production advantage because he can make 2 to his opponent's 1, but Blue up on the high ground consistently here with armor 1. Maybe even armor 2. Yeah, he is armor 2. So in that fight going really in his way, but it doesn't even matter. That's the thing about 2 PC builds. You've got to address the big problem, you know what I mean? Especially because Sandskimmer armor 2 is not going to do any good against these Assault Chips, right? Armor generally just not terribly effective against Assault Chips, but oh no. Oh no, okay, so maybe Blue's got a chance here. This is really good. This is what we want to see. I will say we generally want to see 3 blast drones in patch. No, no, you can't. Oh, oh gosh. But yeah, we want to see 3 blast drones in patch so that they can get through. Oh no, he just ran into it. After all that, you're pulling on the heartstrings, Blue. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, well, Descara with a really good spread here, so production cruiser coming up from the top, one coming in from the bottom. This is going to be really bad for Nico. With that artifact being scored, there's quite a lot of power in this carrier, which makes it a little bit dangerous looking, but this is not going to be good for Blue. Not at all. And Blue now with Assault Ship tech as well, by the way. Looks like he's produced one just now. But, yeah, Eco have been completely wiped over here. Yeah, so I should talk about what happened here though. Blast drones, if they run into a unit, they detonate, right? So you always have to make sure you don't get body blocked by people. Except if you're not targeting the unit, sometimes they can drive through it anyway. That's something that you can do. Thing is, the carrier you can't. Even if you're not targeting the carrier, they'll detonate if they run into it. And its hitbox is pretty big. It's like that big or something. So you don't go through the edge here because it's deceptive. You know how big the hitbox is. You'll probably get detonated anyway. So what he needed to do was come around like on that side. But I mean, the carrier was facing here, so it's tricky to see it. Once the blast drones get there, they see the carrier, but then it's a really fast reaction to say, oh, we need to go around, and we need to not lose a blast drone too, which is easier to do than it looks, you know what I mean? Especially in patch where the PD is generally buffed and the blast drones also, you generally need 3 of them to get all of the salvagers off the end. So it was definitely a flawed attempt, but it was a good attempt though in the fact that, that's the kind of thing that could have gotten Blue back into the game, sort of, you know what I mean? So I appreciate the effort. If this was vanilla, he might have gotten away with it, but even so, I think he ran into the carrier there. Data is just going crazy. I'm casting, dude. I can't do it. Descara with a little poke attempt there, but he's gonna get swatted away. This is okay for him though. I mean, he has refiner mode on the way, which also costs our units now. Yeah, refiner mode on the way, interceptor fabrication coming out too, that's going to be really nasty. But I mean, he's going to be on 3 base before his opponent gets onto 2. Especially given the fact that it's blue, and he tends to not go for refiner mode for a pretty long time. Also, Power Reserve 2 here, a little bit, how to say, a little prophylactic, right? But it's not going to, it's too passive. He's not really under attack anymore. I mean, the thing is, really, the game is pretty much over at this point, but he could focus on, like, booming back his eco. What he's worried about is that once he tries to do it, Descara will come back in, you know what I mean? But that's not his play right now. Of course, I mean, it's worth noting again, Blue playing with very limited information here. He doesn't really know anything about what his opponent is doing because he's, held back on his base there. And that's why when these aggressive plays work out, they are so rewarding. It's because you can really just throttle your opponent. He doesn't really have a chance to even know what he should do to get back in the game, let alone to actually do it. That's a cool view, though. Did I turn the music off on that? No. That's weird. So, interceptor fabrication done. We're going to see those begin to be produced. I would not be surprised to see a production cruiser snipe from them if he builds up enough. Oh my gosh, Data. Hadi Canım. How do you say I'm casting in Turkish? I don't even... cast ediyorum? Say it ediyorum? I don't know, dude. I don't know how to say you're casting things. I'm just gonna say cast etmek. YouTube için. Oh, I have an incoming friend request. No, it's a message. From Maze. Here come the ints. There's actually only 3 of them. I can count. Looks like it's not going to be a production cruiser snipe then. He wants to avoid the space runner though, because they can actually be pretty nasty in patch, especially. Ints are just so fragile. I think they're a little bit better about that in patch, right? Like, I can't see it right now because of the stupid Steam over. There we go. They have 3 armor. Yeah, I think they have less in vanilla. But yeah, I remember ints just like get melted by PCs in vanilla. In patch it's still pretty bad, but it's not as bad. But yeah, you really gotta be careful of them. Even like light AA can really kill interceptors. So if you're going for eco damage, you gotta make sure you're not gonna just get swatted away. But look, now he's got several of them. He doesn't have afterburner, but that shouldn't matter. I think if he were to launch all these ints, yeah, he'd definitely be killing off the production cruiser here. Blue taking a pretty good fight actually with the assault ships, but here come the ints. But they're kind of revealing themselves, getting hit a lot by that production cruiser. I don't think that was necessary. The way he's going to kill this production cruiser is just with air. He doesn't need the assault ships, right? So rather than clearing a path for them, I'd rather see him just, boom, take it out. In fact, gonna lose one here, so... Interceptor micro, man, it's not easy. I can definitely tell you that. Yeah, he's still going for assault ships. I don't know about that. I feel like you don't need that, and this guy needs to be docked too. He's at 30 HP. Descara, though, I've tended to notice he doesn't really micro the individual air units, he just micros the blob. So he's kind of just okay with losing guys like that. Kind of just saves him time. I think that's one thing he could actually improve on. I don't know. Oh, this guy. Yeah, you can see what I mean about that base runner though, right? It takes him down to 90 HP, so... In vanilla it wouldn't be so bad, but the production cruiser is worse. The base runner just is not really very good in vanilla. We are going to see some self-die over here too. Could be a pull-off attempt by Blue, and that maybe actually would have saved... Yeah, I think that would have saved him, but... They're going to go down. He has refining mode, right? Yeah, he does. Missile ship fabrication on the way. A just choice. It's just tricky though, because he really kind of needs it yesterday, you know what I mean? So. You gotta be careful about this PC, by the way. If he's kind of sloppy and lets one of them swing out an arc like that, he'll get hit by the base runner and the production cruiser, and that would be the death of it. Yeah, like that. Ooh. Slurping there. He kills 2 of them. No, this guy gets up with 20 HP. Crazy. Yeah, a little bit messy. These are messy airplays from Descara. Like, he's gonna come back in here, this guy. Boom, dead, right? And that base runner is feeding veterancy, by the way. +2 rate of fire when he becomes an Elder. I wonder how much, like, impact that has. That's one thing I've never seen, is a base runner with full veterancy. I wonder what that would look like. Artifact extracted, by the way. That's kind of, man, he's just going in. He doesn't even care, man. I feel like he's just kind of playing around now, but I'm not sure. I don't want to say that in case he's actually trying. Like, okay, you got him. You got the missile chip. There's another one now. He's just like bleeding air units like it's no tomorrow. Not really making any progress toward the end of the game except for the slow artifact extraction. Descara, what are you doing? I mean, this game should be over by now. Like, we had a total eco wipe at like the 2-minute mark or something. It wasn't 2. It was like 5 minutes in. I mean, that's a close game, you know. But amazingly, this is still going on. That's the power of 3 base, my friends. Descara is still just kind of killing it over here. It's just still in the air. Like the anti-air here is very tight. You know what I mean? Every target that he could hit has got a missile ship and a base runner, or potentially 2 production cruisers on it too. So he can't do anything with the Air Force. He might try it anyway. But I kind of want to see him just like feed veterancy onto this base runner. You know what though? Conif base runners can never heal. So he's really kind of capped in his potential. There's no way to heal a Conif base runner unless your opponent is Gaussian, which he is, I guess. Yeah, you know, that could be a thing. I remember base runner heal used to cost money. What a joke, man. I think 2 missiles from the missile ship will kill an inch, right? Maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe it's like that in vanilla, but I bet he survives it in patch. Oh, this is a lot of soul chips still on. Actually, Blue's carrier could be really influential here, though, in this fight. I mean, Descara just does not want to get rails. That'd be the obvious way. That's how you would finish this, right? He's gonna go in, man. He's going for it. Oh no. They lived? How did they all get out of there? I can't believe it. Anyway, we get another eco wipe here, so that's good. Production cruisers doing their thing there. Yeah, no, I don't know. Blue's carrier not as impactful here as I expected he would be. Is he on armor 3? He is. Yeah, he is. Okay. That's one reason, because you get all that, health. I was about to say HP, like, you get all that health for being on armor 3, right? And so the things are actually really hard to kill, the assault ships. So that's not actually too surprising. And Blue finding his economy wiped again, it just, Descara is still no closer to actually winning the game. Okay, actually he is, I take it back. He's gonna double extract here. But this is a weird way to play, I gotta say. Paul Rusky! Dude, check it out. I hope he gets out of here alive, man, because he makes really good music. Oh, that's weird. Look, so I've always noticed that the veterancy on the bass spinners is like stretched or something. But it's like based on how far away from him I am. Look, as I get closer, it like zooms out. What the heck? What's going on here? Hold up. I have just the thing for this. Find it. Oh, where is it? Ah. You know, when this is the kind of stuff, when this is the kind of stuff that I'm doing with the game, you know it's pretty much over, right? Oh no! Come on! Come on! Come on! What doest thou, lad? This is just some BM here now. It'd be so funny if Descara lost this game by like trying something funny. All right, no, he is gonna move out. He'll expect. I pity. We'll never see Bax Falvey get all of his XP. Well, he's not going to get any commendations for this victory, but he did get all the artifacts, so the Galzian are okay with that. And that is game for Descara. Let's move on to game 2, huh? Let's hope it's a little bit more spicy. I mean, I feel like he's just playing with him, you know? Oh wait, no, it's gonna be at the bottom. Fibrous Krill. This one's BlueBoo's pick, by the way. We've seen him pick this map before, haven't we? I'm pretty sure we have. Firebase Krill. I gotta say, I just have good games on this map, you know what I mean? I'm starting to really like it, you know, and I'm not sure exactly what it is about the map that I like. Like, I know that I'm not really the best at exploiting like the high ground positions either, but I just have good games on this map, and so I really enjoy picking it. I don't know why exactly. That's just how it be, I guess. Can the carrier move through here? I think he can, right? Just imagine how hard it would be to actually build something like this. It's like paving, right? No, that wouldn't be the hard. The hard part would be like, you see how it has like the topography. You'd have to like fill up this whole area here, and then you could pave over it. But because the thing is, like these things are huge. It's like that's like a kilometer, and then that's like another. Yeah, so it's like two square kilometers or something. That's a lot of stuff to pave. Blue going with Sandskimmer Fab, by the way. Like he does. Second PC comes out very early from him, though, so it's about the same time as Descara. So that's going to be interesting. That's a little different. See, this is what I like, is players kind of mixing it up when they're up against hard competition. And it's Descara, actually, with the earlier Sandskimmer fabrication. I think I said Blues was early. That's not true. Descara has it first, so making some Sandskimmers before tech once again. He might go Soul Chips, I guess we'll have to see. Oh, I'm yawning. Oh, I'm sorry. I yawn all the time, even when I'm not tired. There's something weird about me. Fleetcat 45 before tech. Alright, so I'm not sure what he's going for. It might be a Sandskimmer rush, actually. But no, I feel like if it was, we'd be more compact and we'd be kind of taking a bit of an aggressive stance here. Yeah, but he is double producing skimmers. I think that's actually what he's going for here. If you look over here, you can see he put one guy on RUs first, like he wanted to get a tech or something. But now he's... Oh, and Blue with really early refinery mode. But that's not going to stack well here. This is going to be pretty rough for him, I think. Just because if you go eco like that and then a Sandskimmer rush comes out, you just die. But I don't know if that's what Descara's going for, but if it is... The idea, by the way, in case you didn't know, with the Sandskimmer rush is you just run in there with a bunch of skimmers. It takes really not very much time at all to get them, right? Because skimmers are cheap and they're no tech units, they're tier 1. And then you can just run in there and you can kill off a production cruiser or something. And then you run back and then you play eco. So it's pretty nasty if your opponent is going for a final mode early like this. One reason why it's good to not be like readable as a player, because then, you know, your opponent could always think like, well, maybe he has something like this going on. I can't just play full eco against him, and then you have kind of an advantage in matchups like that. Things to think about. Well, blue is getting Power Reserve 1. I think that's definitely wise here. Although, yeah, no, it's wise. It's just, it's tricky because against, like, as Con F, you have to, like, hit the missiles if you're gonna go Power Reserve 1, you know? Oh, and Descara, getting a little distracted here, actually kind of misses the production cruiser a bit, but he's going to get it eventually. But as you can see, there's just no defense for this. The Sandstormers cannot sit under the carrier for very long. Oh, look at that, good focus fire. Not sure how impactful it's going to be. But yeah, the Sandstormers can't sit under the carrier for very long, so usually this position here is safe. But yeah, I mean, you can see he already has lost a production cruiser. Descara can go for soul chips now. Wow, that's interesting. Normally the play is that you wouldn't have actually built this many. You'd have like, how many is that? 12? I don't know, probably like 9 or so is good enough. But you'd already be back home with the production cruisers and refiner mode would be on the way. And then you get up to 3 base while your opponent is getting up to 2, and then you have just a comfortable game from there. But it looks like Descara really wants to just end it right here. Going for assault chips instead of heading back and playing eco. I'm not sure about that choice though, because these Sandstormers here can attack under the carrier, but they don't want to. And so you kind of have built up this huge army here for not too much purpose, in my opinion. Hold up, let me check the thing. Okay, I checked the thing, that's good. I just suddenly had this moment where I realized I can turn off the microphone in my recording software, but also my headphone, like my microphone has got like a button to just like turn it off. And sometimes I don't realize, but it's off, and then I record an entire game and there's no voice, and I'm like, well, okay. But no, it's on. As you knew, but I didn't. So. This is good positioning from Descara, by the way. He's totally just juked this carrier. I'm sure he's... Oh, I see, because Blue's got refiner mode, so he's trying to leverage that to like push out onto the second base, but he is in my behind. And so that's gonna be bad for Blue. Defenses 1 is coming out, by the way. Actually, wow, these Sandstormers having much more impact than I thought they would, but Descara really should just focus on the salvagers here. If we can kill those off, you know, we'll have a repeat from game 1. You can see I instinctively try to pull guys back when I'm, like, watching replays. Oh, yeah, this position's totally open. Blue hasn't moved his carrier back yet. Yeah, okay, so that's just gonna be game there. I don't really know what can be done about this. It's a massacre. My window, there's like construction going on in my house, and my window is like right where they're working. So it keeps like, it's like glowing and then fading and glowing and fading. I don't know, I think Blue is gonna just stick it out again, but you know, this could take some time, so. We're gonna go max speed mode. Descara is just making base runners, like he doesn't want to actually try to kill the carry, he's just gonna extract, right? That's gonna take a while though. Yeah, I think Blue is like literally just AFK, but yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, so he said something in the Discord server. He was like, sorry for like leaving like that, you know, and I wasn't sure what he meant. I see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean the reason this could be considered BM, right, is because your opponent has to finish out the match even though he's clearly won. So you can just kind of tilt him a little bit. And then the caster has to finish the match too. That's okay though, I believe in repentance. Can't be Galzian if you don't believe in repentance, man. I was actually just gonna use the carrier. Descara could still lose this, guys. Hers are 4, wow, I didn't realize you had that. Yeah, we should maybe penalize that, but I don't know, like for future tournaments. But I'm not sure exactly how we would. That's fine though. That's fine. So BlueBoo is going to go 0 for 2 against Descara. That's kind of what we would expect, but he fought valiantly. Really stuck it out in game 1. But yeah, no, I mean, it's just when you have 2 production cruiser pushes like this, you really got to respect them. I think that's kind of the takeaway from this game. If you can figure out what tech it is, that's good too, but I mean, you can't always do that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Which I actually will, because I can cast again. It's so nice. I really missed it, I gotta say.